Let's go ahead and go to rants. Vince, what's your rant?
This annoys me.
Well, good, because that's what rants are for.
I'm starting to get sick and tired of seeing movie posters as the cover for the book that the movie was based on. That bothers the like. I saw The Help recently. I was like, oh look, there's the movie of The Help. Well, that's not the movie. That's the book. And you pick it up and like, oh, there's pages in this. Like, I didn't realize Emma Stone was in the book. But that bothers the crap out of me.
Me
like,
too.
I understand
Absolutely.
they're re-releasing it. I understand they're selling the book using the movie. I get it. And whatever makes people buy a book and look at words on a page, Godspeed, do what you gotta do. But it drives me nuts that, a characterization is not defined by what you see on screen. And the reason why this popped into my mind recently was I saw... I think it was Water for Elephants. I was walking through a Target the other day, and I saw the book re-release of Water for Elephants, and then the book of Water for Elephants, and having to look at Robert Pattinson, or whatever that young man, to, change words around that I was going to use, whatever that young man's name is, and Reese Witherspoon versus an actual artist's, rendering of characters, and then put that on a cover. That it drives me nuts. The book is not the movie. Every time I see the actors on the cover of the book, I just feel like they've changed the contents of that book.
Well, absolutely. And I see myself as pretty literary minded, and I can't get that out of my head if I were to pick up. I won't buy a book like that. Here's the thing. Like you said, it's not a problem really that there's a big re-release of a book that a movie's based on that makes sense, because especially, like, I think I've probably, I can't think of any right now, but I think I've probably been stoked enough for a movie when it came out to go, I'd like to either reread that book or read it for the first time. I want to go get one, and I can't be the only one, so it makes sense that they would re-release it. But the thing about it is, we have this thing that permeates our culture right now where I mean, tell me if you think I'm wrong about this, but I really think that people have this idea that somehow film is more of a validated medium than literature. We get. I don't think that that's true, and I don't think people really think that. But I think that that's what we're being sold sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And because by putting the picture of the movie on the book, it's saying that the movie is more important than the book.
It's saying that people will be more likely to read the book if they know it's attached to the movie. What bothers me...
Yeah, or if you look at it even further than that, and maybe I'm just making crap up, and I probably am, maybe, hopefully not, but I also think that it's kind of, okay, if you read this book, it will tell you what the movie's about, you know what I mean? Or like, it will prepare you to see the movie, as if the movie is more important than the book. I don't know, that's just how I feel about it.
It's oh my God, that drives me so much.
Like, a lot of viewers have that idea that movies are more important than the books, because they'll say, well, I wouldn't read the book, but I'd go see the movie. Well, okay, that's probably just because you're lazy, but somewhere in your head, you're saying, I care more about film than I do about literature.
Yeah. And that's...
I'm sorry, but that's how it is.
And I'm not going to say that's necessarily bad if you want to care more about one medium than another, but... generally, it's born out of I don't want to have to put in a lot of effort into my entertainment.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying that everybody needs to read every book that a movie is based on, and I'm not saying that movies that are based on books don't need to stand on their own. I always say that. I'm just saying that, I really care a lot about literature, and I don't want people to get this idea more than they need to, I don't know.
For example... Do you think that you would not know that Harry Potter the movie is connected to Harry Potter the book?
Good point.
If the book does not have Daniel Radcliffe staring you in the face?
The worst example of this I've ever seen, or the best example, I'm not sure how I should phrase it, that I've ever seen was back a few years ago when iRobot came out. Do you remember this?
Yeah,
when iRobot came out, they re-released Isaac Asimov's iRobot with Will Smith on the cover.
Yeah.
The movie has almost nothing to do with the book. Well, I mean, it does, but I mean, like, they're entirely different things.
And I Am Legend and things like that. I recently saw that one.
That's a problem too. iRobot is more of a problem. I don't know if you've ever read iRobot, but they're two extremely different things.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I haven't read it, but
like, what I'm saying is the cover of that book has nothing to do with the content that you're going to see inside of it. That's I mean, like, that's even worse. That's even worse than if you were to put like the characters in Jurassic Park in front of Jurassic Park, because it's at least the same characters.
That's distressing to me. It bothers me so much. Like I don't know why it bothers me that much. I mean,
it does me too. I'm sorry.
I suppose
I didn't mean to step into your rant, but it's a rant I might have made too, man.
I mean, I suppose it's a weird thing for me to rant about because I'm not necessarily the great novel reader of our time, if that can even exist. But, but you know, a movie and a book are two different things, and I don't want to have to feel like I'm.
I want to meet that guy. He's like, I was thought about writing a novel, but I'm much better at reading.
I'm the most prolific novel reader.
I'm an artist with my eyes glancing over words. I don't even write about them. I just read them, and I'm brilliant at it.
He has an audience that sits there and watches him read silently, and there's jazz music playing in the background.
This guy is so brilliant, I could watch him read the phone book.
Oh, his eyes are moving.
Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is.
His name is Isaac Isermove.
I would film that guy. And then I would put the sound effect of a typewriter in his eyes. So every time his eyes went back over, you heard.
Oh my god. So anyway, that's my rant. I don't know. I think I'm just going to spin my wheels if I keep going.
Yeah, that's a great rant, Vince.
Thank you.
Like I said, I'm sorry for stepping on your rant, but I just agreed with you, and
well,
you got me flustered about it too.
They stepped on some novel franchises when they put the movie covers on the books. So
well, Vince, feel free to jump in with this one too. I hesitate to talk about this, but I think maybe I should, especially for anybody who hasn't been keeping up with what's been going on with our channel. YouTube has no customer service. I love YouTube. I think it's a fantastic service. I'm really glad that we've been able to use it for so long. And like I said, I hesitate stepping on YouTube, but I gotta throw this out there. Two things. The first is I really don't like the new format. I really don't like it at all. Yeah, and the big reason is because the new channel layouts have taken away so much of the customization. Did you know that if you use the new channel layouts, the description of your channel can only be 1,000 characters now? I mean, like, they're just really limiting, what we can do now, and I just think that that's strange because it's called YouTube. Like that's my problem with it. Is I mean like YouTube's always been about customization, and
look in July for the new WeTube.
Yeah, because now they're trying to. Well, they should change the name of the URL if they're going to keep going in the direction they're going. And I mean, I'm sorry for spelling it out like that, but like that's what it feels like to me. Because it looks like they're just trying to make all the channels look exactly the same. And there are some channels that I used to love what they, especially some partner channels, right? I used to love the cool stuff that people did with their channels, and now they look the same. And I'm like, oh, I was hoping that guy wouldn't change over, and then they did, And I'm holding out. We haven't changed ours over yet, and I'm going to hold out for as long as they'll let us keep it. But I'm sure eventually, we won't get to keep it anymore. But that's not the crux of this rant. The crux of this rant is we can't, as far as I can tell, post over 15 minutes anymore, and I don't know why. It's driving me crazy because I think I know why, but YouTube's not telling me exactly. You see what I'm saying? I mean, like, and there's no one you can contact. And once you did figure out where the contact was, I've heard enough horror stories about how YouTube never contacts you back. So, like, what's the point? The thing is, I went into our settings at some point last week after I tried to post the new episode of Who Reviews the Reviewers, which was 1 hour and 26 minutes long, and it said this video is too long, and I was like, well, I guess that's the cap, 1 hour and 26 minutes, and then I started remembering something that happened last year when I tried to post, or beginning of this year, I think, when I tried to post the Superhero Rewind top 50 casting choices, where it said the same thing, your video's too long, but that wasn't actually the reason that it wouldn't let me post it. It was because I had too much copyrighted material in it. And so I tried to put it in parts because I thought that it was too long. Like I said, it's too long, right? And then I put up the first part, and it still wouldn't let me post it because it had copyrighted stuff that YouTube didn't like. So I took my full hour-long video and I posted it on a different website on Blip, and luckily YouTube allowed us to keep our regular length, and that was a year ago. Well, fast forward to now, and I think something similar has happened, except now we can't have over 15-minute videos, as far as I can tell. So I went into settings, and it said next to copyright ID claims, your account is not in good standing. Well, this is a new thing I've never seen before. Your account is not in good standing. And there's 3 different places where it can say your account is in good standing or it's not in good standing. And 2 out of the 3 were in good standing, but ID claims were in bad standing, right? So, or not in good. See, they won't say bad, but we're not in good standing. So what I did was I said, okay, fine. I will go back and I will remove the 15 videos that have content ID claims on them. Now, for those of you that don't know what in the world I'm talking about, what YouTube does, and feel free to skip to the end or stop if I'm boring you, but here's what they do. If you post something that has copyrighted material in it that the YouTube bot things scan and catch, one of 3 things is going to happen. Either your video will get removed and you'll get a strike, or it will only put it in allow select countries to look at it, or it will allow all countries to look at it, but it will put ads on it because they have a deal with whoever owns the copyrighted material you put in there. That it's not supposed to be on there, but they'll allow it. They're just going to try to make some money off of it. That's all fine. But what? Well, that's not all fine. I don't think any of that should be happening, but I won't talk about that. But anyway, I don't want this to be a rant about how I feel about copyright. What I'm talking mostly about is just I want the heads up of why we got pegged like this, because I went ahead and said, okay, fine. So we're not in good standing. All I got to do is take all those videos down. So I found the 15 videos that had those things against them, and again, it's not strikes. It's just you have ads on your videos. Okay, fine. So I took them down, and I took down some videos that had some great comments on them and that have been around for a long time. And I hated taking them down, but okay, YouTube doesn't like this. They're cracking down. I'll take them down. And it's been like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and it still says your account is not in good standing, and we still can't post over 15 minutes. So we're just not sure what's happening. So I guess my rant is just, I wish I got an email or something. You know what I mean? Like I wish I had something that said, okay, this is what's happened, and this is the steps you need to take to fix it. So that's, anyway. I know it was long and rambly, but that's what's going on, and I'm in the dark, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do to fix it.
Yeah. Well, customer service is highly important.
Well, and it's difficult with something like YouTube because there's so many people who use it, and that's what's complicated. And I get that, and I get that it's a they don't actually make enough money with YouTube that they can hire a huge staff. I mean, as far as I've read, YouTube barely breaks even every year. At least that's what I've read. But anyway, so that's what's going on. It's kind of irritating. One interesting glitch I read about was, and I hope this is still true, a year ago, I saw a thread about YouTube that said that if you took videos down and when you had unlimited time, for your videos, if you took any videos down, you would for some reason, weird glitch reason, you would lose that unlimited time until you had the same number of videos that you had when you started deleting them. And so we're going to see if maybe we get it back once we get back to that number. That's what I'm hoping happens. I don't know if it will. And it may. And also, I've been reading around, and a lot of people are having this problem. So it may even be related to the new YouTube format. I just don't know. I don't know if it's my fault. I don't know if it's you. I don't know what it is.
It's me.
Yeah. They just want me to delete Vince.
Like, can you just make him fuzzy and pixelated?
So, are you ready to find out the magic number that we have to get back to before we find out if we can get over 15?
Sure.
666. Hilarious.
That's the same price for a lighter and a pack of Pall Malls. Which, at one point, was true.
Well, anyway, I don't know. I partially did that to vent my frustration, partially did it just to let people know the strange complications that are going on with YouTube right now. But once again, I want to stay on YouTube. I don't want to move to another website. I don't want to do anything like that. And so that's the reason this stuff kind of frustrates me, because I don't want to get booted off and have to go somewhere else.
Anywho.
Well, hey, thanks a lot for listening to Geeks Not Nerds, the podcast. And on that warm and fuzzy note, we will leave you to the wonderful and glorious internet. We will see you again in 2 weeks on Geeks Not Nerds, the podcast. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
See you next time.